All right, good morning, everybody. I just want to say thanks for taking your time out today and joining us. This is a historic moment for the Citrus County Sheriff's Office and how we're moving this agency forward when it comes to technology. Like Ms. Perez has stated, there's a lot of effort that's been put into this initiative. Especially like to thank the project managers, Lieutenant Aiden Marshall and Director Will DiGiuliamo of our Information Technology section, and Lieutenant Evan Marshall in our training section, who really took this project to heart and has got us to where we are today. So I just want to kind of take you back of how did we get here today. Back in 2016, at the time I was the captain over the training section, and the sheriff at the time was Jeff Dawsey, had tasked me with exploring body-worn cameras. And my recommendation to him that summer of 2016 was that we should be moving forward to body-worn cameras that was going to replace the technology that we currently had at the sheriff's office at that time. So 2016 was an election year. Sheriff Dawsey, being that summer, knew he was retiring at the end of that year, and said that decision, since it was a financial commitment, needed to be with the next sheriff. So fast forward to 2024, Citrus County still had no body-worn cameras or in-car video systems here at the sheriff's office. And the previous sheriff really had no intentions of ever going there and always blamed funding as the obstacle. So my commitment to our deputies and our community when I ran for this office was that of transparency and officer safety, which I believe is one of the parts of this body-worn camera program that I'm most proud of. It's going to help our men and women out there wearing this uniform, protect them from frivolous complaints, and also added safety features that allows us to make sure that they're okay out there doing the work. And I was committed to making that happen, regardless of any obstacles that might come to face. So upon taking office in January, one of my first challenges to staff, or actually there was three things. First was to find money in the current budget, since I was not the person that prepared that budget, and I knew we needed at least $385,000 to do that. And second was to put the best product in the hands of our deputies to help them do their job and make them more efficient. And third, which was the biggest ask, was I wanted it done by June 30th of this year. So we quickly determined that the only product line out there that would check all of our boxes was the Axon Body 4 camera that you guys are getting ready to see here today and demonstrate. And the things that we really want to highlight today is a few things. Is the safety features that it allows for our deputies, the network infrastructure enhancements that we've been able to accomplish in our vehicles, the accuracy of video evidence, the integration of artificial intelligence and report writing. And I believe we might be the first agency in the Tampa Bay area to fully implement the artificial intelligence into the report writing system. And then combining existing processes to eliminate redundant databases to standardize our digital evidence storage into the platform that you guys will see is called evidence.com. I'm confident that our team has set us on a path for success in the implementation of this technology. Will change how we do business here at the Citrus County Sheriff's Office. And before I turn the presentation over to Lieutenant Marshall, I would like to introduce our 5th Judicial Circuit State Attorney, Bill Gladson, for a few comments and his perspective on the program. Mr. Gladson.
Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you. All right, good morning, everybody. It is an exciting day for Citrus County. As the Sheriff mentioned, it's been long overdue that they have the tools necessary to give us what we need in court. And I'll give you some examples. Body-worn cameras are expected by jurors in every criminal case. Video cameras from dashes or from deputies doing interviews, all that stuff is expected. And now when we go to court, we're going to have that evidence. It makes it a lot easier for prosecutors to present what happened and tell a story. If you think about it, if you're a defense attorney and you're meeting with your client, you're going to get that client's version of what happened. But then now you're going to go back and you're going to get discovery from the state. And you might see exactly what the deputy described in his report is what happened, and it's not what the defendant might have said. What that does is it makes cases move through the system quicker, and it makes the system more efficient, and it makes the jurors, when they finally do get to see the evidence, if there's a trial, have confidence that the evidence is exactly what it was said to be. So I think those are really important things, and there's just one final thing I think everybody should understand. having body-worn cameras also limits liability. The deputies, and I was kind of reluctant in the beginning when they first started coming out. I was wondering how it was going to play out. It's been incredible. The deputies are always appreciative to have that there to back them up when someone makes, as the sheriff said earlier, an allegation that's unfounded. The body-worn camera is going to be the evidence that proves that that did not happen. So they will come to really embrace it, and it's going to move Citrus County into the 21st century. So I think it's a great opportunity, and I want to thank the sheriff for making a promise to the community and then following through. Promises made, promises kept. Thank the commission for their funding for this. It's going to be a game changer. So with that, I'd like to introduce Lieutenant Marshall. Talk a little bit about, I think, the specifics of the system.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. When Sheriff Vincent came to us in January and said, hey, I made a promise to the citizens of Citrus County that we are going to bring body cameras to this community and to our deputies, and so our deputies have that ability to show and showcase what we're doing out there. That project was assigned, and it became a no-fail mission. So immediately after I left that meeting, I knew that there's no possible way that this could be completed without every single person at the sheriff's office on board as a team. So I started reaching out to the director, DiGiormo, and with IT, and I said, hey, we need to increase infrastructure on our cars so they can handle the amount of data that's going to be pushed out through our body-worn cameras. He immediately took the reins on it, started working on it, and then I can say right now that all of our patrol cars that are on the road right now have a high-speed internet capability that matches what you'd have in your home, which is pretty incredible, and one of the only agencies here in Central Florida to actually have installed that type of equipment. Another thing that the sheriff talked about, and he just spoke about, was accomplishing this with the budget that we have. We didn't have a choice on what we had for money, so we had to look at what we could do, what we could get for the amount of money that we had. So we went ahead and said, if we're going to do this project, we're going to do it right. We're going to do the very best we can to make sure that all of the deputies that are on the road have the tools that are available that are going to make their job easier and make their job safer. So we were able to accomplish this project in just 4 months. So some of the things that I'll show you in the presentation, 4 months ago, we didn't have any of this. We couldn't share some of this video. We couldn't share some of this drone footage with you because we just simply didn't have it. All the deputies didn't have cell phones, so we were able to roll out cell phones to the deputies in order to have them connect with their cameras and then provide some apps, which I'll show you, that Axon has allowed us to utilize in order to make the deputies' jobs a lot easier when they're out on the road and they're collecting evidence. So I talked about high-speed internet that's upgraded in all the patrol cars, and then every building now has an Axon network in the sheriff's office. So if you walk into a building, your camera automatically connects to the Axon network and will download any video that you've taken throughout the day without any issues, and you won't have to actually take this camera out, and you won't have to put it in a dock. Everything is wireless. So quick overview, the 160 diagonal field of view, and that's what your eyes see. The 720 is also what your eyes see. So you want your camera to see what your eyes see. You don't want it to see in the dark because your eyes don't see in the dark. You want it to see what the deputy sees when they're wearing that body camera. Has an IP67 rating, so if it rains, the camera's fine. Has an embedded GPS that we'll talk about, and it also has a SIM card that connects to LTE cell phone service. And then also it has the ability to have any type of playback, and then it also gives, the top of it allows the deputy to see what's going on their camera. So the USB charging port, that's one of the most important things for the deputies when they're driving around in their cars. It's magnetic. So they have a magnet on the bottom that charges their camera while they're driving around. And then if they have to jump out for any reason, they're able to jump out of the car quickly, and that disconnects. So Axon signal. One of the things that these cameras have is they have Bluetooth signals, and there's different signals that will activate your camera, because in situations, you may not be able to press this button. You may not be able to have the time because you're dealing with a situation where you have to focus your full attention on. So there's several signals that will activate this camera. One of the signals is on the firearm. So on the firearm, there is a magnetic Bluetooth chip on the right side of on the left side of the firearm that when the firearm is drawn out, it will activate the camera. The camera also has gunshot detection. That will also activate it. When as I'll talk about later, we're going to 16 Fleet 3 cameras, which will give our traffic and canine the ability to have in-dash cameras. When their lights and siren are turned on and they do a traffic stop, that'll activate their body-worn camera as well as their camera inside their car. Also our tasers. So we have the Taser 10. If you bring the Taser 10 out and you aim it and you turn it on, it will activate your body camera without you ever having to press the body camera. So those are just the different things that allow the deputy to focus on what they're doing, but it still activates the camera to make sure it captures everything. Operating functions. So Landon over here has his body-worn camera on. He will demonstrate how he turns it. If you want to come over here, you can demonstrate how you turn it on. So it's a double press to turn on. And you'll see it lights up red. That means it's recording. And then when he wants to turn it off, it's a press and hold for 3 seconds. So it's very hard for the camera to just turn off on its own. You have to actually hold and press that middle button. Buffering mode. So 30 seconds prior to the camera being activated, it will buffer. So you will receive that 30 seconds of video without audio in order to capture anything that may have happened. So anything that could have happened in that prior 30 seconds to activating the camera will be captured. And in the next slide, I'll show you how important that was. So this is in New Jersey, and they're in a foot pursuit. What you're seeing right now is the buffering. There's no audio. He's chasing a suspect. And at the end, you'll see him activate the camera, but that's the reason why we have that 30-second buffer. You'll see that the suspect has a firearm, and you can see the firearm, and then he activates his camera.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
So this is a little bit of a slow motion, and you'll see where the suspect actually turns and aims the firearm at the officer. Now, if they hadn't had a 30-second buffer, which we have turned on, that would not capture all of this video that you're seeing right now with the person running with a firearm prior to the shooting, because he wasn't able to turn his camera on until the shooting had already occurred. Muting audio. So muting audio is one of the main concerns for a lot of people in the public. They're concerned about how the deputies mute their audio when they're on a call. So according to our policy, the way we wrote our policy is muting is allowed, but it's allowed when you're having a private conversation with your supervisor. It is not allowed for when you're actually conducting business, such as like a traffic stop or something like that. So if they do mute the camera, the deputies will be verbalizing on the camera why they're muting it for a private conversation with their supervisor. Could be a policy, could be they've been discussing the details of the case with their supervisor, and then when they go back to conducting business, they unmute the camera and then continue to conduct business. Adding markers. So one of the things about these cameras, they all have GPS, and there's many of us who have been in foot pursuits or pursuits in a car, and someone throws something, throws a piece of evidence, throws a firearm, throws narcotics while they're running. And what this does is if we're able to push this button or we're able to verbalize it on the camera that somebody threw something, we're able to go back on the GPS once we look at that video, and we can pinpoint exactly where we verbalized something or where we marked something. I talked about signal activation, the different signals. So right now, Deputy Halverson he'll step over here. He's just going to draw his taser, and he's going to point it at the door, away from everyone. And you'll see when he arms it, It takes a second, and then his camera just activated. Okay? And then you press and hold for 3 seconds and then turn it off. So as you can see, it's important to focus on what is going on, what is the problem at hand, as opposed to being able to tap the camera and turn it on, knowing that the taser or the firearm will turn the camera on for you. Signal and respond. That inside this has a SIM card from FirstNet and allows you to track the GPS and actually live stream the video. When we live stream into the camera, it notifies the person who is wearing the body-worn camera by turning their LED to a purple color and indicates they are live streaming. One of the things that we also didn't have was drones. And there was an FDLE grant that came out not too long ago, and we were able to apply and get 6 Skydio X10s, their top-of-the-line drones. By buying these drones, it enabled us to combine the drone technology into our Axon body-worn camera technology and help keep our deputies safe when they're in pursuits and things of that nature. So this is an example of what we didn't have 4 months ago. We could never provide this to you 4 months ago.
703, 1050 on a black truck, Florida 28, Romeo Alpha Golf, Quebec 84, RAG, Q84, man, Whispering Pines Park. It looks like we're coming to a stop right near the woods. Hey, stop! 723, I got one taken off in the woods, black shirt, green pants. I'm gonna need K9 out here.
Should put on truck line 5671 also. What do you got? Just a regular traffic stop?
Yeah, not stolen truck or anything like that.
Okay, just one male?
Yeah, just one male, nobody else in the
What was
car.
the description on him?
Black shirt, green pants.
Okay. Heavy build, medium build,
Athletic.
athletic build?
Yeah.
Hey, you said he tried to do a 10 on truck. Tag's not going to tag signal 10 or anything.
Okay.
White male, athletic build, black shirt, green pants.
All right.
And he took a 10-8 down this trail here. Come on, brother.
Channel 3 drones got him out about 100 yards from the highway by a concrete barrier.
Yeah, we got eyes on him. Hammer's right up there. Right by the concrete stuff. Hey, guys, let me see your hands. Let's see your hands. Get on the ground. Put your hands behind your back. You will not be bit.
Okay.
Just comply with our orders. Stay right there. Do not move.
I'm not moving. I'm not moving.
Do not move. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead and put a leg up so we can see you up.
Sorry, guys.
You're all good, man. Come on.
All right.
Why'd you run, man?
I don't know. I got scared.
So that is just an example of what we did not have. If you had done a media request, we didn't have the ability to give you that. And now we have drone footage, we have body-worn camera footage, and we'll soon to have in-car camera footage on our canines in traffic. One of the things that I talked about the different things that came with the body-worn cameras. So evidence.com is our digital storage evidence platform. What this did is by moving to evidence.com, we're able to eliminate other digital storage platforms and we're able to house everything that comes into our database digitally in one platform that's easily searchable through evidence.com. So as you can see, it's a streamlined workflow and it's all cloud-based. One of the things that the deputies have on their phones is the Axon Capture app. If they're going to a call like a burglary or a theft and they need to take pictures, they can now go on their agency-issued cell phone, open the Capture app, take pictures of the scene, and then automatically upload those via Wi-Fi in their car directly to evidence.com. So they never have to actually turn in digital evidence anymore. It's all uploaded directly to evidence.com. That's an example of what the app looks like. You can record photos, audio, and video. At the bottom, I'll go into what the community requests are. One of the biggest things is when we're on major scenes, there's a lot of people and a lot of witnesses. And nowadays, everyone takes video of everything. They're all on their phones, they're taking video of what's going on. So if you have a fight or you have a situation and you want to gather all of that digital evidence, but there's multiple people, we can now do community requests, and this saves the deputies an extreme amount of time gathering digital evidence by using this, what's called community request. By going into community request, you can go into the community request and you can put the case number and you can add what the case was. At that point, you can enter the person's phone number or email. So if it's as simple as a theft from Walmart and they send an email to the loss prevention officer at Walmart, that person can click on that link and they can automatically upload the evidence into evidence.com. Same thing as if you're out at a crowded boat ramp and there's a fight. You can go to each person and you can get that digital evidence while you're on scene, and they can wirelessly transmit it into evidence.com. So that's an example of the link that they'll get, and then once they upload the evidence, it'll notify the deputy on their phone that the evidence has been uploaded. So what that does is that saves the deputies an extreme amount of time gathering any type of evidence. So another feature that we talked about earlier is AI report writing. AI report writing, at first, I just wasn't sure how it was going to work out, but then I was able to travel to some different agencies that were using AI report writing and found that it's extremely accurate. And what we require our deputies to do is when they write a report, which we'll write here in a second, they have to at least change 10% of the report, meaning they have to read all of the report. Once they read all of the report, then they can certify that they have read the report and it's true and accurate. What this does is this saves our deputies time in report writing. And it allows them to get back out and answer more calls for service or patrol or do proactive policing because they're not spending hours typing their reports. Their reports coincide with their body-worn camera video. So when the state attorney requests the evidence, they have a report, but they also have the body-worn camera video that matches up to the report. Upcoming projects. So we have 16 Fleet 3 cameras that will be installed in August. And they'll be in our traffic and our canine. So we'll be able to have those in-car dash cameras, and the body-worn camera acts as the microphone and a secondary camera for those units. Fusus is a system that's also included in this package, and what that does is it brings all of our video streams into one platform. So if we're out on a large scene and we have a mobile command post set up, we can bring all of our streams. It could be from a bomb robot, a drone, a body-worn camera, multiple body-worn cameras, and we can bring that all into one platform, and we're able to view those live streams right there on scenes. D-Drone is another program that's coming to our agency, and with the extreme threat of unmanned aerial systems, drones, as we've seen in the war in Ukraine and things like that, people are up-armoring drones. The goal is to make sure that we're also keeping our community safe. So large events will be deploying this technology, and what this technology will do is it will recognize if there's a drone that's flying over the crowd, and it will be able to pinpoint where the operator is. So that's one of the things that was included in this package, and it's very important for our large events. For instance, the fireworks in the city of Inverness that draws a large amount of people will be able to protect our skies as well as the people on the ground. This is one of the videos that we did for training, and it's going to show you how that we write an AI report.
Lieutenant Marshall with the Citrus County Sheriff's Office. I'm responding to a call of two males arguing over a parking spot at 1300 South Lecanto Highway, Lecanto, Florida. Hey, guys, sir, please, put the pepper spray down. Put the pepper spray down. All right, come over here, please. Come over here. What's your name?
Robert?
All right, I'm Lieutenant Marshal of the Sheriff's Office. What's going on?
Well, I'm Robert Ross. I'm one of the shift leaders here, and Watts keeps on parking his car illegally. And I talked to him about it, and he got nasty with me.
Okay.
Then he hit me. So I
Where did he hit
defended
you?
myself. Struck me right here, just before you pulled up, actually.
And then you sprayed the
I
pepper spray
sprayed
down?
it to just protect myself.
Okay.
And then you rolled up and told us to split.
Okay. All right. Let me talk to him for a minute, okay?
Yep.
Sir, what's your name?
Tom Watts.
All right, I'm Lieutenant Marshal of the Sheriff's Office. What's going on?
Man, this guy's mad. I came in running late. I kind of maybe took 2 spots. Came out here accosting me, calling me all kinds of names, and then belly bumped me. I tried to push him off, and he pepper sprayed me.
Okay, did you ever strike him? He said that you struck him in the face?
No, I just kind of pushed him off, and my hands might have been up. I didn't give him the old rat-a-tat-tat. He'd have felt thunder and lightning if I'd have hit him.
Okay, and then he pepper sprayed you? Okay.
Yes, well, he had some type of,
Some type of spray? Did it
Yeah.
get in your eyes?
kind of through my sunglasses, yeah.
Okay. All right, let me talk to her. I'll be right back with you, okay?
Be careful, she's a liar.
All right. What's going on, ma'am?
Well, I work here with these 2 grown men. But yeah, they constantly argue about a parking spot, and there's no assigned parking spot. So this time they just wouldn't stop. So I called 911, and then you guys showed up. So
Did anyone strike anyone?
yeah, Watts hit Robert over here, and then Robert started spraying something. I don't know what it was. It looked like pepper spray or something like that. And then you had gone.
And this is all over this parking spot?
Yes, and there's
Okay.
no assigned parking spot. So I'm not sure exactly why they feel that they need to argue about this.
Okay. Okay. I'll be right back with you, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right. Mr. Ross, can you come up here, please?
Yes, sir.
All right, so obviously things got a little heated with the parking spot today. So you guys are co-workers. Yep, absolutely. If you want to stay in the shade. So what are you guys looking to get done? Do you guys want to press charges? Would you like somebody to go to jail? I mean, do you think this can be resolved?
It just got out of hand. As long as, I want him to park in the spot. If he's willing to comply with that, I mean, I don't want anything done.
Okay.
I'll move, man. Hey, just give me a minute. You don't got to holler.
Okay. Would you guys be willing to sign a waiver of prosecution?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. So everything will be resolved. This shouldn't happen again. You guys understand that you shouldn't be getting physical at work?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. I'm going to get you some paperwork to sign, and then I'm going to get you a case card with my information. That way, if you guys have any further questions, you can contact me, okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll be right back with you.
Do you need my name, sir, for anything, or can I go back inside?
Yes. Do you mind being a witness in the case?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, what's your name?
Jessica Smith.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
I'm going to get you some paperwork and a case card. That way, if this happens again, you can
All
contact
right.
me, okay?
Thank you so much.
Yes.
So if a deputy went on this call, as soon as he got back to the truck, this video would upload onto his computer, and he would see exactly what you just saw if for any reason that on the right-hand side, if they needed to search anything, for instance, someone made a confession or he read Miranda, anything like that, you can click on the transcript and you can search the transcript. But if you're ready to write a report, which they would write a report on this, they simply click on Draft 1, which opens up your report writer. You select the video, which is the video that you just saw, and you can see during the video there were a lot of extraneous comments and things, and when it writes the report, those are taken out of there. So this was a public disorder. It was a misdemeanor if they made an arrest. There was no arrest made. And then we have we can choose a short report, a standard, or a more detailed. So today we're going to do a more detailed, and then you go right down here to generate draft. Once it starts writing, you can hit insert, and this goes into your editor. So as you can see, it's a very good report of exactly what happened. So it talks about it has the date, the time, talks about where he responded to, talks about the individual holding the pepper spray. It has the names correct, as you can see, Jessica Smith, Tom Watts, and then it details exactly what happened. So what the deputy has to do now is they have to go and read every single paragraph and either delete these where it says insert initial observations or insert observations of Ross's demeanor or visible injuries. They either have to delete them or add data to that. So each paragraph you can see has this, which requires the deputy to read every single paragraph and change at least 10%. Once these are all deleted and the data that needs to be added in or the details that needs to be added into the report added in, they're able to copy and paste that into our records management system as their report for this case. So as you can see, the amount of time that it would take to type this versus the amount of time that it took for AI to generate it significantly reduced the amount of time that deputies are report writing. If you forget and you do not delete these, it will not allow you to go any further. So you can't push forward and try to copy to the clipboard because all statements must be updated or removed before the narrative can be copied to the clipboard. Also at the bottom is this sentence right here, acknowledging the report was generated through draft 1 of Axon and that it is an accurate representation of recollection of reported events. Therefore, that you read the entire report and added any type of details that you needed to add to make sure it was true, accurate, and correct.